Let's start off with the best of the three games I'm reviewing, Pocky and Rocky. In the first level here, you have to stop these goblins. This is kind of like a bullet shooter. I like this most out of the three games for pretty obvious reasons. You have your shot here, which is on rapid fire. You also can dive. As you saw there's a shield. The thing that I like about this game more than the sequel is the fact that your weapons are prevalent. You get a lot of upgrades, that is. Whereas in the second game, you can only pretty much buy them in shops, or if you get lucky, a key. And here's a boss battle from the game. Your close range attack can also deflect shots back at the enemies, and you also have a magic attack here. Yeah, I think this is a really great game, one of the best that I played. You also have several hearts, and it increases as you beat bosses. So that's a nice touch too, that you can take some hits before getting killed. And the boss fight here was pretty darn fast. The second one has the bosses with so much more health. Anyway, I'm going to review it now. This is Pocky and Rocky 2. I thought this was a terrible game at first, but I learned that you can throw your partner like a bomb. The thing I said about this game that makes it worse than the first game is the fact that the bosses do have a ton of health, but fortunately you can take down some chunks of it with your partner throw. They also took out the dive from the first game, so I didn't really like that move much. The dive lets you dodge enemy attacks in a pretty cool fashion, I think. I also don't like the fact that the magic system they gave you isn't really any good in my opinion. You can just throw your partner who will respawn to do some deadly damage. The keys can be pretty annoying too. Like, I got an upgrade there. There aren't really that many in the game other than the stores that you buy them from. Sometimes you can get screwed over and just get one coin from the key that you use to open the treasure chest, and that really feels like such a waste, and it can be pretty annoying. The bomb attack that I showed is powerful. And here's a shop. You can also buy clothes and those rabbit ears to increase the amount of hits that you take before you die. That's another thing about this game. 2 hits kill you unless you have these things on, which will make it up to a total of 4 if you have both that clothes there and the rabbit ears. So that's a pretty annoying change, I guess. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention is that the reason why I said the upgrades annoyed me in this game is because you find them a lot less often than in the first game, and one hit takes you down a level. In the first game, I believe it took a couple of hits, or maybe even if it was one hit, you'd find another one quickly so that it didn't really feel like you were suffering. Unlike in this game, I think. And that's what happened right there, the damn key. Yeah, I use a key to open up a treasure chest, and I open up something with one key. Yeah, that really makes a lot of sense. And in the story here, as you see that the princess got kidnapped. And here's the partner throw. It really does a lot of damage. The bosses have their health shown by the amount of candles there. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is that in the first Pocky and Rocky, you do have multiple lives too. So you definitely have a lot more health than in the second game. I think is inferior to the first game, but fortunately, because I realized how powerful this partner attack is, it definitely makes it playable. I mean, if it wasn't for this game would flat out suck, but I'd say it's so-so. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but that's one issue that I really thought would kill this game for me. I'm glad that Wu-Fei Gohan, I believe that's his name, questioned my review, but he didn't really tell me that though. But I did learn this on my own though. He did tell me about the boosting up the amount of hits that you can take with the rabbit ears and the cloth. And here is a annoying thing right here that I can't really hit him all the time, but fortunately the partner attack helps. Otherwise I'd be whittling away at this guy's health for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe. It really was pretty terrible, I think, the amount of time that I spent because I didn't know about the partner attack. In the first one, even if you don't use your magic, it's not going to take an eternity to kill these boss enemies. But fortunately, this game isn't as bad as Pocky and Rocky with Becky for the Game Boy Advance. That was definitely the worst in the series. This boss is a little tricky, I guess. But I did manage to win, though, fortunately. I just find it annoying how you can't hit him when he's not moving, so it makes the partner attack kinda useless. Anyway, here's Pocky and Rocky with Becky. The thing that makes this game bad is the fact that you cannot use your magic against your bosses. Your attack, when it upgrades, it doesn't really change much. And another thing is that you can only fire 3 shots at a time. You don't have a... what's it called? You don't have a variety of power-ups, as you see. Oh yeah, it also doesn't go across the whole screen. And lastly, the worst part of this game is the fact that, unlike the other 2 games, you cannot deflect projectiles with your short-range attack, which makes this game pretty much pointless to play. Although I do think the first one's better than the second one, but even the second one's better than this game. Another thing that's annoying is that it takes 2 hits to die, and when you do die, you basically have to start over if you're facing a boss. Fortunately, though, they do start you at the point where you died if it's against regular enemies. But still, it's pretty frustrating. And here's the upgraded weapon. It's actually really powerful, believe it or not. I can whittle away... You see how many candles the boss has for health? I can whittle away at all of those things if I have the upgrade, but if I don't have the upgrade, forget about it. You're not going to do much damage. Take a look at how quickly I kill this guy. And as I said before, the short-range attack is useless here compared to the other games. I forgot to mention that Pocky and Rocky and its sequel are both 2-player games, so you could play that also. Too bad in the second one, I kind of found the magic to be useless, since you're just swapping. You're just using your partner, and it's not really anything worth doing. And this is the battle I'll show you with the regular thing. I barely even hurt him. It's pretty damn pitiful. Anyway, don't play this. Play the first one. If you want to take a chance, play the second one. Thanks for watching.
This next game I'm reviewing is called Crystalis for the NES. It's really wasted potential. The intro here looks pretty good, especially for its time. It's about a post-apocalyptic world, and you're pretty much a chosen one. But the thing is that the battle system hurts its potential a lot because of how it's set up. When you go to certain areas, the monsters will be overpowered, and your shots will pretty much ricochet off them. And some monsters, especially in the later dungeons, they'll have too much health even when you can hurt them when you power level. And it makes your sword slash pretty much useless because they'll just bounce off it. In other words, it'll push them and then you have to do it again, so you're forced to use the shooting. And another problem I really hated about this game is the fact that your level 2 shot does the same amount of damage as your level 1 shot. I'll show that later on in the video. And it's pretty sad because it's so much bigger, but what it does is blow up stuff. Now the game starts off pretty decent actually because of the fact the enemies are weak in this first area, and your charge shot isn't really that much of a problem because, like I said, they don't take that many hits to kill. The problem is later on when the enemies take 5 or 6 hits to kill, as well as the fact that, like I said, your charge shot, the second form, doesn't even improve at all over the first version. Now, Legend of Zelda I like a lot more because it's done a lot faster. The same is true with the Guardian Legend, which I reviewed earlier, in which you can just bombard your enemy quickly with shots. So it makes it so that the battle system is a lot more fun and it doesn't feel repetitive. That's like when you see right here, I just wiped out the room really quickly, a lot faster than when I take out this one guy, which is just sad. Now I have 2 shots here. I'm going to show how it doesn't change at all. I did a level 2 shot. It took 2 level 1s to kill that red enemy there, and that's just pathetic. It reminds me of Secret of Mana as well, although I hope it's not as bad because I didn't bother playing that far. Like right here in Secret of Mana, I'm showing a level 6 charge shot, which a better idea in the game is just to make it one level charge shot and just make it stronger rather than wait all that time, because it's completely pointless. And also in Secret of Mana, it was annoying how you had to run and you lost energy, plus you could only run in one direction. I'm glad they fixed that in Setsu 3. That was a huge problem in the game, and as you see here, you're probably going to have to rely on the charge shots, because it's really annoying, but at least it works better. And here's the second charge shot in Crystalis blowing up the rock. And this game, like I said, it's wasted potential, and it really is not worth playing at all. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to show quickly that when you're underleveled, your attacks will bounce off the enemies, making this pointless to play, but at least there are worse games that you could play than this one.
Before I start my holiday cheer, I must ask the following question. Are you tired of stupid AI that doesn't even fight you? Tired of having to stay in the same spot just to win your battles? I ask this because you might be suffering from what is known as the bad dude syndrome. This is a great game to play that I've really enjoyed. The Guardian Legend. It was made in 1988. I think of Star Tropics 2 because the gameplay that is not a bullet shooter part is similar to it, except your weapons are a lot better. Well, the story is basically you have to destroy these aliens and force their base, I believe, to self-destruct. Here's the bullet shooter part. You fire 4 shots at a time. This is at the beginning too, so this is a lot of fun. Unlike Tailspin, where I started off with that crappy 1 shot. And of course, as I'm moving from side to side, I can still fire in a straight line, unlike Tailspin, where I was forced to fire diagonally. Another thing I like about this game is that although they bombard you with all this stuff, they give you a fair chance. As you see in the lower left corner, that's my life bar. They even give you hearts. I made a mistake there. I thought that thing was a power-up, but oh well. That was on me though. As I said before, with good games I review, when I get killed, it's on the player rather than some game design flaw that was either really cheap or non-functional. Now, the thing that makes this cool is that it's 2 games in 1, I guess you could say, with this feature too. It reminds me of the Game Boy Advance game, Sigma Star Saga. I thought that was a decent game, but I think this game is even better than that, and that's pretty amazing. Games like these define the word classic, since even though the NES is a dead system, there's still games which are still a lot more fun to play than more recent ones. And here's the boss battle. It's nice that they allow you to shoot the little stink that are firing at you. I struggled a lot with this because I accidentally hit that thing earlier, which cut my health in half. And I think I did a pretty darn good job. I mean, I had hardly any health here, but I got lucky and I got the heart, which healed me. So that's nice to know. The heart heals, as you saw there, it healed 5/8 of my health, which is cool. And I just finished off this part here. I thought that the best part of the game, I think, may be the exploration part. You basically go through, I guess you could say a labyrinth or a dungeon if you want to call it, since you're at the alien base. And you have to basically collect things. I do like the fact that 1, your weapons, unlike Star Tropics 2, they go to the edge of the screen. That's your beginning weapon. You fire 4 things at a time, so it's a lot faster. And you don't even need the stopping power because you'll be able to kill most of the stuff before they even get into range. So you're not going to be backpedaling all the time. So I really enjoyed that feature too. Later on in the game, you do get weapons too. They use the things that are from your chips. That's one thing that I want to mention. And it's nice that they put in a map there too. I really did like playing this game a lot. right here they bombard me with guys, but since my gun is so good, I'm actually having a blast, literally. Well, I guess figuratively too. And this is another boss fight that I wanted to show. These boss fights, I find it to be difficult, but it's an engaging kind of difficulty, which I like. I mean, they don't cheese you off. I mean, I'd probably hate this game if they made it so that one hit would kill you. I mean, look at all this crap that's coming in. But since they give you a fair chance, I have nothing to complain about. I'm actually enjoying playing the game. And that's another thing too, as you see there. I got an upgrade in my weapon. Also, you level up, as you see my life bar was longer. So that's another cool feature too. I just beat that boss and got that key to go to the next area. And I do think this transformation part is cool too, where the woman basically goes from the bullet shooter mode to the exploration mode. I think that's pretty cool too. I'm gonna also show the what's it called? The chips that you use. Just give me a few minutes. This part here, like I said, I find it to be cool. I mean, your weapons are cool right from the get-go, so I have really no complaints with this game. Alright, let me show you what you can use. You have a sword here, which is nice, you know, you can just stab these enemies. You can really nail them. You got I guess a more enhanced shot maybe. Just watch out for the chip and shot power. That's what these chips run on. You have this thing that swirls around, and finally you have something that goes out like a wave pattern. I hope you enjoyed watching this game. I just wanted to make a brief mention of this next game, codenamed Viper. I thought that Rolling Thunder is a good game, but this game is completely superior to the Rolling Thunder for the NES. Basically, the difference in the game is that you basically can jump and shoot at the same time. Your jump is not stiff, and another nice thing is that you actually do get a bit of a story too here, where basically you have to stop a drug cartel. So that cutscene in the beginning with text, I think, was a nice idea. Another thing I want to mention is that basically, as I said, this game, it plays the same as Rolling Thunder, but it's better, simply put, because those parts can get pretty annoying, especially with the bad positioning that can happen sometimes where you're helpless in midair. Although you can't jump and shoot while you do the high jump, as you saw there. And basically you free these people that are in those doors, and you clear the level by freeing this person that has a message for you, and you throw a grenade that's found at a door at the wall at the end of the level. And as you see here, I pretty much enjoyed this game a lot. I think definitely this game should be played instead of Rolling Thunder. Here's a spot where I could have got screwed if it was Rolling Thunder with all those guys there, but since I could fire in midair, it gave me a fair chance. So I really enjoyed playing this game, and happy holidays. Alright, this is going to be the first game in my best of collection for imports. This is called Coron Land. Basically, the gameplay kind of reminds me of Star Tropics, but I wasn't suffering though. But basically, you're in like a little arena, pretty much, and you gotta shoot these enemies, and apparently you turn them into balloons. Sorry, I can't really tell you much about the story since I don't know Japanese, but that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, basically you have your gun and you just fire at these enemies. The bombs explode when you hit them, and you pick up these balloons, I guess that's what I'll call them, when you turn the enemies into those. And it takes 2 hits to take out those wizards. Now, the reason why I was so annoyed with Star Tropics too was that I know I didn't play it much, but from the beginning it wasn't really fun to me since the rocks didn't really have much stopping power, like the gun here, and it went a shorter distance. I mean, I've sometimes missed with the gun, but it wasn't as bad as with the rocks because it was more on, I was a little off with the location, but that's not that hard to aim though. Whereas with the rock, it was just straight out with the range, like when I fought that bear. I'm just gonna play this for a few levels. I'm also gonna show the multiplayer mode too. Apparently there's also a power-up in this. Like, it doubles the length of your gun. And you gotta make sure that when you shoot those bombs, that you're outside of the range. Or you could do what I did there, which was turn the enemy into the balloon and then throw it at the bomb. Because you can throw the length of the screen. Yeah, I just died there. Oh well. I'm having fun with this game though. I'm not really frustrated even when I lose, especially when I show you later on with the multiplayer aspect, which I really struggled with because I found it to be hard, but it was fun though. I didn't find any kind of nonsense to get on my nerves as I do in most of the bad games I review. And this is pretty much, I think, your whole game. There's probably more as you go throughout the levels, and that P thing, as I said before, was the power-up for your gun, where it goes twice as far, I believe. Yeah, like, right now how I shot that wizard, I would have never been able to do that without it. So that's a cool improvement. Plus, it was pretty fast, too, anyway. It's only the second level, which didn't take long, either. I was thinking about Tailspin. They actually want me to go through a long first level. Forget that. Plus, that was hard anyway. But I'll make a comparison more when I talk in my Martian Adventure Cotton, which I'll talk about next. So, yeah, it's just more of this. I didn't really show too much, but I just wanted to show a few levels, though. And as I said, I don't really have any problems with the gun other than maybe occasionally being in the wrong plane as the opponent, but that makes sense, though. I mean, at least the range is decent, even when you start out. That's what I like about this game. As well as the fact that the gun actually has some stopping power, too. Oh, that's pretty cool, too. When you blow up several bombs that are close together, they have that chain effect. So I just took out 3 bombs there. And at first I didn't know how to take out this blue enemy, but you really gotta keep pelting him. And like I said, I like how the gun has stopping power here. And I'm like, well, I still remember that time I was playing East 3 with the sword and it lacks stopping power. Jeez. Then I think about the times where the people were telling me to power level, but I think you're better off playing a better game that you don't need to power level. And trust me, there are a lot of better games. Look at Terranigma, for example. If you want me to talk about that and make a review of it, I could do that. Just put a comment on. Also, I want to know if the quality of the video is good, because I noticed in my last few reviews, I made it capture more, but in my last few reviews, it was slowing down a lot. Here's the multiplayer aspect of the game. I chose the level where you win by either taking out your opponent or knocking them off the level. You throw these, I guess these balloons or whatever, or balls anyway. I struggled with this for a while since it's actually pretty hard. Plus, I don't know how to catch the ones they throw at you, so that's a nice aspect. I hope I could figure that out. Fortunately, they didn't have any FAQs of this game on Game FAQ, so hopefully I can figure that out. So this yellow guy's really good. He threw the guy right off the level. I mean, that's great. He threw me off too. Damn. But I'm not complaining about it. I mean, it seems like the difficulty here, it's actually a good standard. I have nothing to complain about, even though I'm losing. It's just that I don't really know how to play all too well, since, like I said, I don't really know how to throw people or throw the balls or balloons that they're throwing, how to catch them. I guess lost again. Although I won in the 3rd round. It's actually pretty funny how, too. I'll show it to you. Like I said, this guy is pretty damn good. Alright, it's gonna be the last round I'll be showing in the video. I hope you enjoy this game, because I know I did. I mean, I'm missing a lot, but it makes sense here since they're getting out of the way. So I find that to be perfectly plausible. now it's one-on-one. I can't believe this yellow guy just took out the other two in such a quick time. I mean, I was trying to basically, I'm close to him because I was trying to see if I could throw him. Since I did get the throw off once, I don't have it recorded though. Yeah. And it's nice how when you shoot them, they get dizzy for a little while. I thought if you use a button combination while they're dizzy, you can do that. Oh well, hopefully I'll figure it out when I play later on. I'll update it in the text part of the video that describes it. And it's pretty funny how I win this. But this guy is tough though. But I'm not gonna go down without a fight apparently. And you saw that right there too. He caught the thing. That's a really cool aspect though. I really gotta learn to do that so I can really be good at this game. At least the multiplayer part too. Plus, it would be a good idea. Maybe I could play against someone online with this too. You gotta love emulation. I don't get why good games like these are never released. Well, as I said before, I hope you do enjoy watching this. Now apparently I guess the time is running out, so they're shrinking the size of the level. And you'll never guess how I win this. It's pretty funny. He basically goes to pick up that thing and then he walks off the level. Oh gosh. Well, a fluke's a win and I'm lucky.